Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. Tonight, we are at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for another stress test of Face to the Mat Pro Wrestling by PLAAY Games. This time, we've got a stipulation match heavy show for you lined up tonight. As the fans are filing in, we're expecting a sellout for this one, so let's get right down to the ring and our opening contest tonight as we see the confines, the very unforgiving confines of the Hell in a Cell lowering down to the ring. This contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring first from Laurinburg, North Carolina, weighing in at 275 pounds, Bold Bickford. And we can hear the cheers for Bickford coming in for this one. And his opponent, from Heartland, Wisconsin, weighing in at 250 pounds, American-made Jimmy Rippey. Also cheers for him as well. Now, to explain the rules as the referee is locking the cell door shut, this will be a no disqualification match. You win by pin or submission. House rules that I'm going to be using for this one when we get outside the ring, we'll use a 1-2 on a 1-2 on a regular die roll. We'll replace the move with a slam into the cell for black die damage. So we're going to use essentially... So the way we're going to do it is white die is going to be my decider-esque die to determine what happens with the move when we're outside the ring. It'll be for black damage. 3-4 we'll do the move normal. 5-6 back in the ring to execute the move. Now for those of you who are watching this wondering, Phoenix Knight, what the hell is Hell in a Cell? So I don't know how familiar you are with wrestling, but if you've got your regular ring, and it might be easier if I grab my ring to demonstrate. So bear with me while I grab that. We'll put this down here for a second. This is the same ring I use for Title Bout 2. I'd also have the ring posts up as well. So if you imagine the steel cage, a regular steel cage is being right up against the apron and the ropes with no roof on it. The Hell in a Cell is actually going to stretch out a little bit, so you've got some room on the outside of the ring. It'll be up a bit taller than the regular steel cage is, and then there's a roof on the top of the Hell in a Cell. So just in case you're wondering what in the world Hell in a Cell is, that's what the cell is. In case you're tuning in, not a wrestling fan on the channel. So that's what we're going to be up against here, as the referees are getting the door closed. We are just about set for this one, so let's see what we're doing for a pre-match event. Actually, that's a single die roll. A 6 says we're going to highlight reel R. And if I get something that doesn't make sense for a Hell in a Cell match, I'm going to ignore the pre-match event. A 32. Heel attempts a cheap shot during the pre-match activities, but is stopped by the face ally. Increase heel grudge grade by 1 point. Once again, I'm not using any kind of associates in this one. And not only that, but it wouldn't make sense for a Hell in a Cell match anyway to have any allies. So let's go ahead and roll this setup out of the ring. First for Bickford. Ooh, he might be getting us out of the ring early. And then over to Rippey. He's going to wait considerably longer to get out of the ring. But with all of that being said, the wrestlers are in the ring. The referee is all set, giving the final pre-match instructions. There's the bell, and let's start this match. First up, we've got a signature move. If a wrestler scored on the last fast action card, nobody did. This is the first card of the match. So helped. Nobody's helped inside the cell. And we've got grudge. Everybody's got the same grudge grading, so we'll give that to the favored wrestler at first. He's going to score 1 point for a stunner. I don't know why you'd open the match with a stunner, but we'll go with it. Agile. Who's agile? Bickford is agile on everything here. So he's going to get the move. He's going to score 1 point for a flying headbutt and we're going to go flying outside the ring. So we're outside the ring already, and we will roll dice for that. Right. 8 is leading wrestler pummels the opponent on the announce table. 2 points. We're going to call that into the cell, actually. If main event, which this is not, as Dave's Tabletop Gaming first to join us here, as the cell is already getting its pound of flesh. 2 points for Bickford as he slams Rippy into the side of the cell. A 9, trailing wrestler with an option to deliver payback blows for black die points or return to the ring. He's going to get in on using the cell as well. 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're on a square as they're getting into the action early outside the cell. Or outside against the cell. 5, leading wrestler bashes opponent into the barricade. 1 point. That's actually Rippy right now as he's starting to really use the cell here. A 5, leading wrestler again. Rippy knows how to use that cell. A 4, trailing wrestler with the option to deliver payback blows for die points or follow ref's directive to return to the ring. He's going for payback on black die. He'll score 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 5, leading wrestler bashes opponent into the barricade, back into the cell again for another 1 point. As the cell is definitely coming into play. 6, leading wrestler smacks the opponent into the side of the ring for 1 point. That's Bickford again. As a 7, leading wrestler slams the opponent to the concrete floor for another 2 points. And we might have a chance for a pin. Everybody's going to have a TV grade of a B tonight. So he is going to try a pin. Rippy has got to try to kick out here, rolling back into the ring. There's 1, 2, and 3. There's the bell to end this match, and your winner, Bolt Bickford, as he wins inside the cell. And we are going to roll for post-match. All right, 2 is sending us to highlight reel X. Nope, I need both dice. And 11 go to highlight reel Y. 26, defeated wrestler lodges legitimate protest of winning wrestler's tactics. Commissioner agrees. Rules no decision. Reduce winning wrestler's TV grade 1 letter grade. There are no disqualifications in Hell in a Cell. Commissioner is not stepping in on this one. But that is the end of our first contest already. I'm going to put the stream into Be Right Back, and we'll be back with our next segment. As Philip Reynolds now joins us here at the Pfizer Forum. Right. So this is one of the things I was going to be bolting on here with using some more backstage promo segments. That was one thing that I noticed was missing, would have been missing from any engine that I was using. So, Commissioner interferes, both fighters DQ'd. Yeah, not in Hell in a Cell, Philip. You're not stepping in with a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell. I know there was a finish that WWE did on Hell in a Cell back in I know the match, but not when it was. Actually, there's been a couple of matches that have had bad finishes. I know there was a DQ in a Hell in a Cell and a no contest. So actually, there were a couple. I think Seth Rollins and The Fiend ended in the disqualification. And then, who was it? Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, I want to say, that ended in a no contest. Anywho, I'm rambling at this point. Anyway, what I'm doing here is I actually had ChatGPT generate a few tables for promo segments that I could use because I knew no matter which engine I was going to use for this federation on the channel, I was going to need promo segments as a way to develop stories. So we have got Grady from 80 in the... Actually, he's backstage, so we're using the backstage segment table. So let's see what we've got here. And on these tables, I've got a table for backstage segments. Commissioner has to fight for title. No. Then an in-ring promo segment and a press conference segment where I've had ChatGPT generate rolls from 11 to 66 and what's going to happen with each of those segments. So let's see what Grady from 80 is going to get on the backstage segment table. A 34. In this case, it's a medical update. +1 TV now and again on return. So Grady from 80 must have been injured. So he's going to get he would get a TV grade of an... He would get upgraded to a TV grade of an A. But as we're not doing any of that, not yet anyway, again, this is still me stress testing the system to see how well the promo tables combined with the stipulations actually bolt in. So I will be right back once again as we're going to get the next match set on camera. Are there ladies' matches for Face to the Mat? Stay tuned to the card, Philip, but I will say that yes, I do have a couple of ladies' matches booked tonight. But one match type I somehow never stress tested was a regular tag team match, so our next contest is going to be a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring first from Corvallis, Oregon, weighing in at 265 pounds, Dr. Terminal. And his tag team partner from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 260 pounds, Chuck Splatter. Actually, I don't think I need these. And their opponents, first from Harvester, Missouri, weighing 275 pounds, Trip Hazard. And his partner from Defiance, Ohio, weighing 255 pounds, Creepy Todd Crawley. And the way I'm going to designate who's in the ring is by moving the wrestlers from... So basically, whoever's in the box in the ring is in the ring. And I've got different colored cubes that I'll be using to track everybody's health. Hopefully that's coming through just fine. If you guys think you need me to zoom in on that, let me know and I will. The thing is, I just don't want to lose the dice tower when I need that as well. Actually, I might be able to come in just a little bit. That should make it pop a little bit better. You guys will tell me if it pops all right. Now, for Dr. Terminal and Chuck Splatter, I'm going to roll for their out of the ring action at 11. And for Trip Hazard and Creepy Todd Crawley, 4. Okay. I think we are all set here for this one, so let's go to the pre-match. A 6 means we're going to highlight reel R. On a 53, face falls for Bad Guy Celebrity Sweet Talk. Reduce face grudge grade by 2 points. Once again, I'm not worried about the grudge grades here, as this is still stress testing. But we're all set. Dr. Terminal and Trip Hazard are in the ring to start for their respective teams. there's the bell, and let's start this match. First up, we've got Mean. Both of them are Mean. I'm going to give the move to Dr. Terminal. 1 point here for 6 for a nasty armbar. And then this is one thing I'm not completely sure I like, but the wrestlers will tag in and out immediately upon executing a move. I'm not entirely sure how crazy I am about that, but that's why I'm stress testing the system. Mean. This time it's Trip Hazard who's Mean. He's going to score 2 points for a throat strike. And then he'll immediately tag out to Creepy Todd Crawley. Helped. I think they both have the helped quality automatically during a tag team match. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, all wrestlers automatically have the helped quality. Okay, so because it's a partner, we're going to highlight reel M. All right, 32. Wrestler uses a specialty for the immediate win. So which wrestler? Well, they're both helped, so I don't think that's going to make sense for this one. We'll move on. Cheats. Is either one cheat, splatter cheats, and he's on a circle space so he can use it. He's going to roll. He's going to do black damage with white move. He's going to do 5 damage with a foreign substance. Let's see. All right. 3, 4, 5. And now Crawley gets thrown out of the ring. So Splatter is going to work outside the ring on Crawley. A 7, leading wrestler slams the opponent to the concrete floor for another 2 points. Crawley now getting pummeled out there. 10, leading wrestler smashes opponent with a steel chair, 1 point. This is not a no disqualification match, so I am going to roll a decider die. There is a disqualification. No disqualification. Looks like Dr. Terminal must have had the referee distracted on that one. A 6, leading wrestler smacks the opponent into the side of the ring for 1 point. This is bad. Crawley is getting hammered out there. 9, trailing wrestler with the option to deliver payback blows for black die points or return to the ring. He's going to return to the ring and immediately tag out. As Todd Crawley's got to get out of there. So now Trip Hazard is the legal man for his team. Helped. Both of them are helped, so we'll go to highlight reel M. 33 go to highlight reel N. Oh boy. 44 go to highlight reel E. For being a war gamer, I actually don't really mind the chart hopping too much, as long as it feels like there's agency and or narrative coming out of it. 32, salary dispute. Wrestler suddenly stops the match, grabs the PA microphone, and demands more money. Refuses to continue match, says he won't wrestle again until a new contract is given. Your choice to award or not. In either case, reduce TV grade by 2 letter grades. Oh, so Trip Hazard is now going to be down to a D letter grade. I will need to change that right here. So a D letter grade. And since there was no move, we will continue. Heavy. Neither one of them is heavy, so we'll move on to the next move. Mean. Hazard is mean, so he's going to score 3 points for a knee face driver. 1, 2, actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, and he'll immediately tag out to Creepy Todd Crawley. Creepy Todd Crawley taking some damage, and actually that might be a house rule that I use when if this becomes a real federation, that if you've taken that much damage, you have the option of not tagging out. Powerful. Splatter is definitely powerful, so he's going to score 2 points for a headlock. So, wait a minute. I've been doing their damage, so I've been doing this all wrong. So we should be probably more like here is what we're going to go with. So 2 points for the double headlock, and we will tag in Dr. Terminal. Grudge, who's got the higher grudge grade? We're not worried about grudge grades tonight, so we'll move on. Favorite, neither one's the favorite. Favorite will flip again. We've got extracurricular activity. We'll give that to the trailing wrestler. In this case, that's Creepy Todd Crawley for 3 points, and he'll tag out to Trip Hazard. Agile. Dr. Terminal is agile, and he can use it anywhere. So he's going to score 3 points for a slingshot splash. And immediately tag out to Chuck Splatter, who might be looking for a finisher here soon. Let's see what Splatter does. Let's see what... Oh, hold up. Got to flip a card, Phoenix. Specialty, Chuck Splatter is going to go for a cleanup on aisle 7. His team scored, so he's going to get the move. He's going to score die points, scoring 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could try for a pin or throw him out of the ring. Trip Hazard actually just took that pay grade, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to roll for the pin, decide or die, though, on a dot. Creeper Todd Crawley will come in and try to break up the pin, and then we'll re-roll the decide or die again to see if Terminal stops him. Alright, so that is 1. That would be 2. Creeper Todd Crawley trying to come in. No. Trip Hazard will break up the... Creeper Todd Crawley will break up the fall. As Dr. Terminal will tag back in. Heavy. Neither one's heavy. Agile. Dr. Terminal's agile. He will score 2 points. For an apron dive elbow drop. 1, 2, and he'll immediately tag back out to Chuck Splatter. Trailing wrestlers, that'll be Trip Hazard, who's going to score 2 points, or 3 points, for a reverse and axe bomb. 1, 2, 3, and immediately tag out to Creeper Todd Crawley. As that team has taken some serious abuse. Heavy, neither one of them's heavy, so we're going to flip over if there's an object. They've got a... Chuck Splatter's got a watermelon. Don't ask me why. He's going to hit him for 3 points to the shoulder with a watermelon. Again, don't ask me why. All right, Dr. Terminal is now in. Favorite. Neither one of them is a favorite. Strong. Creeper Todd Crawley is strong, but he's on a square space, so we can't use it. Then we'll flip it over. Cheat. Dr. Terminal is a cheater. So he's going to score 3 points for a loaded palm strike. He's not going to go for the pin yet, as he's going to tag in Chuck Splatter instead. Favorite. Splatter is a favorite. Creeper Todd Crawley is not. So 2 points for a sharpshooter. Could try a pin here, but he's not going to. He's going to wait for his finisher. As now, Dr. Terminal is tagging back in. Dr. Terminal trying to get the finish. Helped. So we're going to M once again on the highlight reel. 12. Manager mate bashes opponent overhead with choice of a heavy object. Actually, let's see who it's going to go to first. Okay, so... we'll do. I never decided high roll. Black for favored, white for Creeper. Black for Dr. Terminal, white for Creeper Todd. White is going to be Creeper Todd. They're both helped. And a 15. Manager mate grabs the PA microphone and berates the opponent. Increases the opponent's grudge grade by 1 point. So we'll flip over again for another move. Grudge. Nobody's got a grudge grade, so we're not worried about that. Helped. Fists of Friends. Let's see who gets it. So who's going to take a cheap shot? Roll again. Roll again. And it'll be Creeper Todd Crawley getting a cheap shot. 1, 2, 3. And immediately tagging into Trip Hazard. Trip Hazard looking for favorite. Neither one of them's favorite. Mean, Dr. Terminal. They're both mean. So we'll give that to Trip Hazard. He's going to score 2 points for a double stomp. So 2 points and tagging back into Creeper Todd Crawley. Whoop. An object. Nobody's got an object, so we'll flip that over. Neither one of them is a favorite, so we'll roll on. Grudge grade, not worried about that. Grudge grade again, so the boo rating is going to be for the favored wrestler. So he'll move 2 points along, and now he's going to go for his finisher. He's looking for just what the doctor ordered, looking for a pile driver on an 11 to 34. And he will not connect with it. He will go back to the square, but he will tag in Chuck Splatter. Splatter coming in, looking for mean. Neither one of them is mean. Agile. Crawley is agile, and he's on a square space so he can use it. 3 points for a flying head scissors. 1, 2, 3. And he'll tag in Trip Hazard. This has been quite a back and forth tag team match tonight. Let's see. Test of strength. If both wrestlers are strong and or powerful. Chuck Splatter's strong is powerful. Is actually both, and he can use them both anywhere. Trip Hazard is powerful, but he can only, but he can't use it on, but he can only use it on a circle space. He's on a square space, so Trip Hazard can't use it. Agile. Nobody's agile. Trailing wrestlers. That'll be Trip Hazard, who scores 3 points. For a reverse and knee lift. 1, 2, 3. And immediately tagging in Creeper Todd Crawley. Cheat. Splatter's a cheat, but he's on a square space, so he can't use it. So we actually flipped that over. The favorite. Let's see. Chuck Splatter is a favorite. He's going to score 2 points for a knee breaker. Now he's going to try his finisher. He's looking for the top shelf choke slam at 11 to 54. He will land it. And he will land it easily. And we're going to get the cover. We'll assume Terminal's coming. Actually, Crawley's got to come in. We'll see if Terminal can run interference. Decider Dot says yes, he will. And here comes Terminal in to run interference. He'll stop the breakup. 1, 2, 3. Your winners, the team of Chuck Splatter and Dr. Terminal. That was a great match. So now let's see what happens on the highlight reel. On the post-match, we're going to highlight reel X. A 16, winning wrestler gets angry after opponent makes excuses that call wrestler's ability into question. Increase the wrestler's grudge grading by 2 points. So that'll be for both of them. But I'm not worrying about grudge grades yet as a refresher. But as usual, I will put the stream on Be Right Back, and we'll be back with our next segment. So don't go anywhere. We come back to the ring, and we see Hector Puleo is in the ring for another in-ring promo. This is another one of the tables. Yeah, that was a great match. So this is another one of our promo segment tables that ChatGPT generated. So let's see how an in-ring promo works. Let's see how this one goes. That is an 11. Uh-oh, mic disaster. -2 TV grade, rival +1 grudge grade. So, Puleo, well, unfortunately he is from Mexico, so maybe he doesn't speak, maybe it was a promo where he was struggling with the language. I could see that being a promo thing here. So, with that said, once again, I'm going to put the stream into Be Right Back, and we'll get ready for the next match. I'm curious too what you guys think of me adding these. What you guys think of these promo segment tables that I've bolted on, and if you want to see this turn into an actual federation, something that I get going on the channel. But I'm rambling a bit. I'll be right back while I set up the next match. Our next contest is an I Quit match. Just like it sounds, the goal of the match is to beat your opponent up until they utter the words, I quit. And the way I'm going to do that, before I introduce the competitors for this one, is on a pin or finisher. So when we get to one of these spaces down here, I'm going to roll using their TV grade plus a modifier on the die roll of a +1 per time they hit the finisher. So as an example here, I'm going to roll on, so as an example roll, in this case, let's say our underdog, in this case, was trying to get the favorite to say I quit. On a roll of a 45, then that's only going to be one roll anytime they go for it. So if that was let's say they hit their finisher 2 times. That would turn into a 51, which would very much be the wrestler quitting. Actually, I could probably just roll the decider die to do the same thing, too. I don't know if I like the decider die idea. I'm going to stick with the roll that I've got here. Anyway, our next contest is an I Quit match. Approaching the ring from Walla Walla, Washington, the wet blanket, Kathy Coronado. And her opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, Lexi Lissum. Dave says he likes the added segments. Cool. Glad to know that the bolting on seems to be working well so far. Anyway, let's get our out of the ring action for this next contest. So, for Kathy Coronado, at a 4, she'll be sending Lexi out of the ring. And then Lexi, on a 6, right about there. I don't think we need to shuffle the deck just yet. I definitely will for the main event, though. Anyway, let's go to the pre-match. Oop. Come here. A 4 is sending us to highlight reel O. And as you can probably guess, I'm reading black as my 10s, white as my 1s. 44, go to highlight reel P. 44 is going to highlight reel Q. 31, okay. Hotbox member issues dramatic grudge match challenge to choice wrestler. Winner gets possession of choice prize personal item. Also increases TV letter grade by 2 letter grades. Once again, I'm not worrying about alliances here because we don't have anything since we're still stress testing. But I think we are all set for this match, so there's the bell, and let's get it started. Smart. Kathy is most definitely smart. She will get the move. 2 points for a slingshot clothesline. Next move is for the trailing wrestler, so Lexi will pick up 2 points now for a heart kick. Ooh, heart kick. Seems like a brutal move. Trailing wrestler, neither one's trailing. So we'll flip the next card. Cheat. Lexi is a cheater on any room, any space. 1 point for a low blow. Low blow in a women's match does not seem like a thing that would actually hurt. Agile. Kathy is most definitely, actually they're both agile. I'll give that to the trailing wrestler. In this case, Coronado's trailing. So 2 points for a flying arm scissor, and we're out of the ring already. Kathy, the aggressor, as we're out of the ring. A 9, trailing wrestler was going to deliver some blows of her own for 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. As we are outside the ring. 9, trailing wrestler again. This time that's Kathy Coronado, scoring 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As the action spilled out of the ring early here, trailing wrestler option to deliver payback blows for wrestler for black die damage or follow the ref's directive to return to the ring. This could end up anywhere, so she's going for damage. 2 points for Lexi. As this match is already going, leading wrestler slams the opponent to the concrete floor. In this case, that is Kathy, so she'll score 2 points for that, as we're out of the ring here. An 8, leading wrestler pummels the opponent on the announce table for 2 points. And she's going to actually try to get Lexi to say the words. Actually, no, she's going to wait for a finisher. Mean. Lexi is most definitely mean. 3 points for a stomp flurry. 1, 2, 3. Could be coming down to it here. Cheat. Lexi's a cheater. 1 point for a bootlace eye rake. Once again, no disqualifications, no countouts, and an I quit match. The only way to win is to get your opponent to say, I quit. Title holder, we don't have a title holder. Lexi is mean, so 2 points for a double nerve hold, and she's going to go for a finisher. A golden arch top rope somersault body slam. Wow, I'd love to see that. 11 to 55, she will land it. She will not land it. So no finisher there. I'm actually going to grab another pair of dice so I can track how many times each wrestler's hit their finisher. That's so I can count the modifiers later. So Lexi misses. So the wet blanket able to evade the golden arch top rope somersault body slam. Highlight reel. Roll again, A or B. Dot for A. We are going to highlight reel A. Highlight reel A. 26. Wrestler ejected from the arena for misbehavior. Reduced wrestler's TV grade 1 grade. So since we didn't, that probably would have been somebody in the hot box. Heavy. Nobody's heavy in this match. Favorite. Kathy is the favorite here, so she's going to score 3 points. For a backbreaker racket. Now she's going to try her finisher. Smother like a mother. Vertical smash splash body press, 11 to 41, she will hit it. She will not either, so both wrestlers have had a chance to get their finishers off, but neither one been able to hit it. Highlight reel, dot for A. We're going to highlight reel B this time. I'm also curious what you guys think of the stipulation matches that I'm bolting on. 31. Wrestler plays a dirty trick on the opponent, increased grudge grade 2 letter grades. So we'll say that's a gouge to the eyes. Heavy, nobody heavy in this match, so we'll flip that over. Smart, Kathy is smart, and she can use that anywhere. 2 points for a backbreaker bulldog. So probably think like Randy Orton's backbreaker, I would say, for that move. Helped, nobody's helped here. Helped. We're going to flip that over. Smart. Kathy once again smart, scoring 3 points for a neck snap in reverse. 1, 2, 3. Favorite. Kathy's our favorite in this matchup. 2 points for an elbow smash clothesline, and she's going to try her smother like a mother vertical splash body press again. 11 to 41, she will hit it. This time she'll get it, so that's one finisher for Kathy. And then Kathy grabs the microphone from the referee, says to Lissy, "You say those words, you quit." And actually she needs to roll an 11 to 26 to kick out. The roll is going to be modified by +1. That is a 25 modified to a 26, so Lexi will kick out. Will refuse to utter the words, "I quit." Cheat. Lexi is a cheater, so she'll score 3 points for a foreign substance. But, of course, there is no cheating in an I Quit match. Heavy, nobody's heavy. Cheat, that's Lexi again. 2 points this time for shenanigans. Yeah, the dreaded shenanigans. Grudge grade, nothing there. Grudge again. Quick. Kathy is quick, but she can only use it on... She can only use it on a circle space. She's on a square space. So, in this case, I think I'm going to rule Kathy as the leading wrestler in this case because she's already hit her finisher once. So she will pick up another, 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she's got another chance to try her finisher. 11 to 41, she will hit it. And she'll connect again. That's the second time she's gone for it. So now she's going to grab the mic again and scream at Lexi to say the words, to say that she quits. A 65 doesn't need any modification. There's the bell as Lexi is now screaming the words, I quit. Your winner, Kathy Coronado. This is a good match. I'm guessing you're talking about the I Quit match. Yeah, this has been another good one. Post-match, we are going to highlight reel X. Yeah, the ladies refused to quit in this one, but I guess the second vertical splash body press was too much. 15, winning wrestler extremely agitated about questionable tactics of the opponent, increased wrestler's grudge grade by 3 points. Once again, there are no questionable tactics in an I Quit match. So, with that being all sorted out, I'm going to put the stream into Be Right Back once again, and we'll get our next match. So again, I'm curious about what you guys think of the added stipulation matches that I'm playing around with here. And it's been a great show tonight. I will admit to that all day. I'll admit to that all night long. Lexington had to give up. Yeah. All right. Our next contest is a last man standing match. The only way to win this match, you were hoping she would have held on a little longer. Well, such is life sometimes, Dave. But as we're getting set for our last man standing match, the only way to win this one is to incapacitate your opponent until they can't answer a count of 10. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do the same thing that we did, but we're going to roll 5 times. We're going to roll 5 times against their TV grade. So each roll will be modified by the number of times they've hit their finisher, just like in the I Quit match. Each roll is essentially going to represent a 2 count. And I will have to shuffle this deck up. Approaching the ring while I shuffle the deck, from Orange County, Florida, weighing 265 pounds, Beardo, Professor Corey Schellenberger. And his opponent, from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 295 pounds, Outlaw Rowdy, Bobby Parmenter. You think I have some cool ideas for the stipulation matches as to how to execute them? Well, thanks for the kind words, Dave. I've been a wrestling fan. I was a bigger wrestling fan back in my younger days than I am now. I've kind of grown out of the product a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just not hitting for me the same way as it did when I was younger. Especially now that I'm starting to see a little bit more behind the curtain with a lot of the stuff they've got going on. Plus, one of my coworkers, one of my friends at work, actually was in the professional wrestling business briefly. He had some kind of injury. I forget what happened to him. But, yeah, there's definitely an element of once you start seeing behind the curtain a little bit, it kind of takes away a little bit of the magic. At least for me it did. Okay, so we're all set there. And we're set for our last man standing match. So let's go to the pre-match first. A 3 is sending us to highlight reel O. '63 says Commissioner TV interview criticism of favored wrestler provokes blistering salty response. Increase favored wrestler's grudge grade by 3 points. Once again, I'm not bothering with grudge grade since this is still a stress test show. But we are all set to start this last man standing match. So there's the bell and let's start the match. Looking for heavy. Outlaw Rowdy is heavy. He can use that anywhere. 3 points for a power bomb. Heavy again. Rowdy still heavy. 3 points this time for a body breaker. Oh, I forgot to roll for out of the ring. We'll use a decide or die to see if we're going out of the ring. Wrestling back in the day was a lot more fun. Well, we're probably not thinking as far back as we're probably not as far. I'm probably not as far back as you are. I primarily was a fan in the Attitude Era. A little bit in the Ruthless Aggression era. I had to go back and watch some of the 80s and early 90s stuff. I don't know why I'm rolling dice right now. Maybe to set that up. Agile. Beardo is agile, but he's on a square, so we can't use it. Especially the promo spots with the likes of Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. That's a lot of what I had to go back and watch. We flip that. Rowdy is quick, and he's on a circle, so we can use that. 2 points for a flying cross body. Rowdy in control of this match. Specialty. Oh boy, he's got 2 specialty moves. He's either got a Box Canyon Bear Hug or a Frontier Days Big Splash. Dot for the Frontier Days Big Splash. He will go for the Box Canyon Bear Hug for 2 points. Heavy. Outlaw Rowdy's still heavy, and he can use it anywhere. 1 point for another Bear Hug. Favorite. Neither one of our wrestlers is a favorite. Helped. Nobody's helped. Trailing wrestler. So Beardo's finally going to get on the board with a reverse and a sleeper hold. 3 points to Beardo. Helped. Nobody's helped. Cheat. Beardo's a cheat. He needs this. Ah! 3 actually black damage for white move. Still 5 points, and that's going to be for an illegal object. But again, in a last man standing match, no illegal moves. Powerful. Rowdy's powerful. Actually, yeah, both of them are powerful. Mid to late 80s and into the early 90s for the era you know best. I can see that. Where was I? Oh, yes. Powerful. I think they were both powerful. We're giving the move to the trailing wrestler. In this case, that's Beardo. He's going to score 2 points for a headlock. Putting some pressure here on Rowdy as we've got a good one here. Nobody's mean. Beardo is strong. He can use that anywhere. 3 points for a shoulder neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. And suddenly Beardo's turned it around. Mean. Nobody's mean in this match. Grudge. Nothing happening there. Once again, mean. In this case, for the favored wrestler, he's going to pick up 2 points, and he's going to try for his finisher. History repeats itself. Double elbow drop. And 11-51. He will land it. So that's his first time landing the finisher, which means he's going to back up so the referee can start the count on Outlaw Rowdy. He stands up on a count of 11-26. 2, 4, 6. And Rowdy gets to his feet at the count of 6. He's able to answer the 10 count. Highlight reel. Dot for A. We are going to highlight reel A. And for highlight reel A, 36, cheap shot, not noticed by the ref. Fight breaks out, wrestler disqualified. No disqualifications in a last man standing match. will wrestle on. No grudge. Trailing wrestler, in this case we're going to say Outlaw Rowdy's trailing. 2 points for... 2 points for a clubbing blow. Favorite. Nobody is a favorite. Cheat. Beardo is a cheat. 1 point for a loaded boot pad. For a loaded boot, I guess we'll say. Favorite. Nobody is a favorite here. Strong. Beardo is strong, so he's going to score 1 point for a punch. An old vanilla punch. Signature move. Die points if he scored on... So we've got a cram session flying headbutt for die points. 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Helped. Nobody's helped. Powerful. They're both powerful. Trailing wrestler's Outlaw Rowdy. He's on a square space so we can use it. 3 points for a Canadian backbreaker. And now Outlaw Rowdy going for his finisher. Looking for a Nevada City neck wrench hangman rope DDT on an 11 to 24. No, he won't land it. Agile. Beardo is agile and he's on a square space. 2 points for. 3 is a top rope elbow smash. So now Beardo can try his double elbow drop again. 11 to 51, he lands it. He will land it, and that's his second time hitting the finish. So Outlaw Rowdy now gets his rolls on his TV grade, modified by a +2. 2. 4. 6. 8. 10. There's the bell. Your winner and last man standing, Beardo. And we will roll to see our post-match. 1 is sending us to highlight reel X once again. On a 64, Commissioner makes derogatory comments about both wrestlers, calling into question their toughness and heart. Increase both wrestlers' grudge grades by 3 points. I'm sure they would both be pissed after a match like that if anybody called their toughness into question in a last man standing match like that. Once again, I'm going to put the stream into Be Right Back, and we'll get set for our penultimate match on the card. Our next contest is a Tornado Tag Team match scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing 330 pounds, Colin Planet Caffey, Colin Ray Caffey. And his partner from Owasso, Oklahoma, weighing in at 220 pounds, Dusty Dokie Duster Okie, Doke Okie Jr. And their opponents first, from Camden, New Jersey, weighing in at 255 pounds, Bruno the Barber Biltwell. And his partner, I'm going to apologize in advance for butchering pronunciation, from Lübeck, Germany, weighing 320 pounds, Count Hammerly von Fluker. Okay, I've not spoken, I don't speak a lick of German, so hopefully that wasn't too bad. But let's get a pre-match event. Now, I will say before I start this match, this is a Tornado Tag Team match. So first of all 4 wrestlers will be in the ring at the same time, unlike the tag team match we had earlier. But if I go ahead with an actual wrestling federation, you're not going to see this many stipulation matches in one show. Anywho, let's see what we're doing for pre-match. 5, we're going to highlight reel R. Good thing I'm right here already. 31, heel angered by negative fan response to entrance, increase heel grudge grade by 2 points. In this case, our heels for the match are Von Fluker and Builtwell. Okay. We are all set for this one, so there's the bell. Let's start in. Let's see, favorite. Builtwell is a favorite, as is Oakley. So we'll say, so we'll give it, okay, so we're rolling black for the favored, white for the underdogs. In this case, that will be Oki who gets the move. He's going to do black damage for white move, and decider and dot is going to be on Builtwell. Black damage, 3 damage for an Achilles hold, as he gets on the board first, as ID Jester now joins us here at the Pfizer Forum, just in time for the Tornado Tag Team match. Quick. Let's see, Caffey is quick on a circle. He can use it, as is Oki. Builtwell is also quick. He's anywhere. He's also the trailing wrestler, so he can use that. 2 points are going to be on. 2 points for. Dot is on Caffey. It will be on Caffey for a single leg takedown. Builtwell getting his team on the board. Not worrying about grudge grades. Helped. They're both helped. So we're going to highlight reel M. .44 is sending us to highlight reel N. And a 62. Manager or mate dumps contents of the cooler on the opponent, just as the opponent is about to pin the wrestler. Opponent loses 1 point and decrease grudge grade by 1 point. Dot is on Oki, and no. So they dodge a bullet there. Caffey doesn't have any points to lose yet. Smart. Caffey's smart. He can use it anywhere, as is Builtwell. So we'll roll to see who gets the move. Actually, Caffey was the trailing wrestler in this case, so he's going to get 3 points for an over-the-shoulder chin lock. So Caffey getting on the board for his team. Favorite. Builtwell and Caffey are favorites, and that's going to go to Builtwell as the trailing wrestler in this case. 4 points for a turnbuckle smash. Hammer Von Fluker yet to score in this match. Object. Who's got an object? Von Fluker has got an object on a circle, so he can use it there. So he'll get it. 3 points to take a chair to the knee. 1, 2, 3. Fluker gets his team on the board. Favorite. Once again, we've got Builtwell and Caffey. Caffey is the favorite, or Caffey is the trailing wrestler, so he gets the move. Black damage for white move. 6 damage on a fireman's carry takedown. And once again, I forgot to set up out of the ring, but I'm not going to worry about that here. Grudge, nothing happening there. Helped, going to highlight reel M. For 63, choice wrestler takes over and competes match for wrestler aided by manager mate. Not going to worry about that here. Mean. Builtwell is mean, but he's on a circle, so he can't use it. Von Fluker is also mean, also on a circle, also can't use it. Neither Oki nor Caffey is mean as well. Mean again, so nothing there. Agile. Builtwell's agile, he can use it anywhere. Caffey can only use it on a circle, he's on a square. So Builtwell will get the move. 3 points for a single leg powerbomb. That does not seem like something that would work in real wrestling. Grudge, nothing happening there. Agile. Builtwell, Caffey can't use it, he's on a square. Builtwell will get the move, so he's going to pick up 1 point for a flying headbutt. Trailing wrestler, in this case that'll be Von Fluker. Actually, that'll be either Von Fluker or Oakley who gets the move. So yeah, we'll do our usual roll. Von Fluker will get the move. 3 points for a reverse and elbow drop. So 3 points for Von Fluker. Favorite, Biltwell and Oki. Actually, Oki is the trailing wrestler this time. 2 points for a stretch slam. Smart. Who's smart? Kathy's smart. Biltwell is smart. Trailing wrestler here is Biltwell. So he's going to pick up 2 points for an underhook face driver. Trailing wrestler, in this case that is Oki. He's going to pick up 2 points for a heart kick. Wow. Highlight reel. Going to either A or B. Dot for highlight reel A. We are going to highlight reel A. (26) Wrestler ejected from the arena for the wrestler ejected from the arena, but once again, nobody out here to eject, so we're not going to worry about that. Cheat. Von Fluker is a cheat, but he's on a circle space, so he can't use it. And nobody for the other team is a cheat either, so they're all clear there. Agile. Biltwell. Kathy's agile, but he's on a square space, so he can't use it. Biltwell gets the move. So he's going to pick up 2 points for a moonsault splash. He could try to go for a pin here, but he's not going to. Mean. Von Fluker can't use it. Actually, Biltwell can use it. He's on a space. 3 points for a torture rack. And now Biltwell can try his finisher. And this is a narrative detail. So actually, he's got to go for shaving a haircut, body chops followed by a headbutt. 11-52. Dot is on Kathy. No! He would have hit Kathy with it, but Biltwell will miss. Cheat. Von Fluker's a cheat, but he can't use it because he's on a circle space right now, and that's only for square. No move there, so off. Actually, we flipped that. Quick. Biltwell's quick. Kathy's quick, but he's on a square space, so Biltwell will get the move. 3 points for a jawbreaker, as he could try for a pin again, but he's not going to. Test of strength. If both wrestlers are strong and or powerful, let's see, strong, let's see, Biltwell can use his strong, Kathy can use his anywhere, and Fluker can't use his, so Biltwell will be going up against Decide or Die Kathy. He is going up against Kathy. So, who's the face and who's the heel? Right. Biltwell is the heel. So on a 4, referee breaks the hold. That was not a long test of strength. Grudge, not happening there. Favorite, Biltwell and Oki. Oki's the trailing wrestler, so he's going to pick up 3 points for a crossface chicken wing. 1, 2, 3. Not sure how that's could be a fan favorite move. Cheat. Von Fluker is a cheat, but he's on a circle space, so he can't use it. Biltwell, nope. Okay. Grudge, not using grudge grades. Smart. Biltwell and Kathy are both smart. Kathy is the trailing wrestler, so he'll get the move. 2 points for a Thez press. So 2 points there. Helped. Everybody's considered helped. So let's see who gets the sneak attack. That's going to be the heels. So that'll be 2 points for... They'll give it to Biltwell. Helped again. They're going to give that to Von Fluker. 1, 2, 3. Cheat. Von Fluker is still on a circle space, so he can't use it. Agile. Biltwell. Kathy's agile, but he can't use it. So Biltwell getting the move. 3 points for a top rope elbow drop, and he's going to try his finish again. Same roll as before. We're looking for shaving a haircut. Decide or Die on Kathy. And this time he'll land it. So we'll use the Decide or Die to see if Oki is going to be able to break up the fall. Dot says yes. And he will break up the fall. Wow, Oki running interference. Heavy. Von Fluker is heavy, as is Kathy. Actually, they're both... Let's see, he's heavy anywhere, heavy anywhere. So we'll roll the die to see who gets the move. That'll be Von Fluker getting the move. 2 points for a shoulder breaker. 1, 2. I'm going to need to shuffle here already pretty quick. Mean, Biltwell is on a square. He can use it. Von Fluker's mean on a circle only, so he can't use it. So Biltwell will get the move. 3 points, 4. A knee face driver. 1, 2, 3. Have to give the deck a quick shuffle. I'll just give it a little side shuffle. I will be giving it a full shuffle before the main event, though. As we've got another great match brewing here on the card. And if I decide to go ahead with this Wrestling Federation idea, I will be getting at least one more deck of the fast action cards. Especially with the play sale coming up, I'm actually going to be taking pretty sizable advantage of that play sale. Okay, back to it. Who's quick? Biltwell is quick. Caffey's quick, but he's on a circle, so he can't use it. Oki is quick, and he can use it. 3 points, 4. A step over armbar. 1, 2, 3. Powerful. Let's see. Caffey and Oki are both powerful. They'll give the move to Caffey, though. 3 points, 4. A face-first pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Almost kind of like a styles clash. When is the play sale? It starts on Thanksgiving, Jester. Dave, you might be in a little better position to look that up and confirm, but I believe it's going to run from 10 o'clock Mountain Time on Thanksgiving to, I want to say, 10 o'clock on Cyber Monday. But again, you're probably in a better position to look that up and confirm than I am at the moment. Smart. Let's see, Biltwell is smart, as is Caffey. Ooh, they're both right at their finishers. So we're going to roll for the move. And this time it will go to Biltwell again. 2 points, 4. A reverse bulldog, so he's got his finisher again. An 11 to 52, he will hit it. He will hit it. Decide or die. Actually, who's he hitting it on first? Decide or die on Caffey. He's hitting it on Oki this time. Can Caffey break up the fall? Decide or die. Dot says yes. 1, 2, 3. There's the bell. Your winners, the team of Bruno Bitwell and Count Hammerly von Fluker. So CHEF and by pin. All right, we'll roll for the highlight reel. They were the heels in this match. One is sending us to highlight reel X. Oop. As I try not to send my book flying. 35. Hotbox ally of winning wrestler makes funny comments on the TV shot. Reduces ally grudge grade by 1 point. Okay, with that being out of the way, I'm going to put the stream once again and to be right back, and we will get ready for our main event. Fun. Oh, I did. Excuse me. I think I've got everything there. Yep, okay. Our main event of the evening, as we're watching will be taking place as it's moving down. Our main event tonight will be taking place in the Elimination Chamber. For those of you who aren't familiar, here are the rules of the Elimination Chamber. The first 4 wrestlers to be introduced to the match will be placed in mini pods around the ring. The last 2 wrestlers to be introduced will start the match. After every 10 cards out of the fast action deck, I'm going to roll a d4. As you can probably see d6s around. Based on the roll of the d4, that's who would be released into the match. So when I need to roll a d4, when I roll a 1, whichever wrestler is assigned the number 1 is the one that'll join the match. Eliminations can only occur by pinfall or submission. The winner in this match is the last one standing. And just to explain the Elimination Chamber, once again, I'll bring the ring up so I can explain this. Where you can probably recognize this, ring as I've used it for Title Bout 2 on the channel. But the Elimination Chamber is a little bit different from a regular cage or a Hell in a Cell. Similar to Hell in a Cell, the chamber actually extends out to the side of the ring. The difference here is that where you would drop down to the floor like normal, you would have dropped down to the floor like normal in Hell in a Cell. The Elimination Chamber is actually different because there's a steel floor. It's technically a mat floor these days, but I like the old chamber better. There's actually a steel floor. The steel floor is actually completely level with the ring. The pods outside the ring are made of Lexan plexiglass, which is supposed to be unbreakable, but spoiler alert, at least in the early days of the Elimination Chamber matches, I think they got broken in most every match. But that's what that does, and there's a big spotlight that goes to determine who gets let out of the pods. So there's a lot of hubbub around that, but anyway, I will get this ring out of shot because I'm now completely done with it for tonight. So now, we're actually going to go ahead and introduce our competitors. Our first competitor tonight hails from Opelika, Florida, Liv Vivacious. And remember, the first 4 wrestlers being introduced are being locked into the mini pods around the ring. Introducing next from Tokyo, Japan, Joni Nakamura. Approaching the ring from Detroit, Michigan, Toinette Atlas. Yes, this is a women's Elimination Chamber match. Next, from El Dorado, Kansas, Ann Banningham. So now the pods are all occupied, and now the next 2 wrestlers introduced are starting the match. I'm going to clean my glasses before we get started. Introducing next, from Tempe, Arizona, Lupe Ignacio. And finally, from Pillager, Minnesota, Tessa Myers-Ingles, TMI. Give my glasses a quick clean, then we'll do our pre-match, and then we'll get started. Actually, while I'm cleaning my glasses, I'll go ahead and look up when the play sale is, so bear with me just a minute. I already had it pulled up. So the play sale, I'm trying to find it here. I had the dates for it. Okay, here it is. So yeah, it starts at 10 o'clock Mountain Time, midnight Eastern on Thanksgiving night, and it'll run through 10 p.m. Mountain Time on Cyber Monday. So there you go, Jester. I just decided I'd look that up myself and get that sorted out. So like I said, I'm going to give my glasses a quick clean, and then we will do our pre-match event so we can get the chamber, while the chamber gets prepped. All right, glad to help with that, Jester. Now, let's get set for our pre-match event. Admittedly, for some of these multi-competitor matches, pre-match stuff might not make the most sense. But again, why I'm stress testing the system. 3 is sending us to highlight reel O. 32, Celebrity 2, upset by rude comments of the favored wrestler, insults wrestler on TV, increase favored wrestler's grudge grade by 1 point. So, with that all being said, the ladies are set in the chamber, so there's the bell, and let's get started with this match. Actually, let's roll for out of the ring. So for Ignacio, she can go out of the ring at 9. And for TMI, 6. Okay, I got some more chips that I can use for that. I don't need the pawns. We're all set, so let's jump into the action. Highlight reel. Die says dot for A, we're going to highlight reel B to start the action here in the chamber. 35. Wrestler disables opponent with the immediately extremely painful illegal move. Score 3 points. So let's see who we're giving that to. We're giving that to Ignacio. Again, no illegal moves inside the chamber. 1, 2, 3. Next card is mean. TMI, actually they're both mean. TMI's trailing though. 2 points for a stomp flurry. 1, 2. Mean again. TMI is still trailing. 1 point this time for an arm wringer. Specialty, TMI just scored. Head knowledge ear clap for 1 point. Heavy, TMI is heavy, so she'll score 1 point for a bear hug. Favorite, neither one's a favorite. And I've got to keep track of the number of cards. So we've got 6, so we've gone through 6 cards. Helped, nobody's helped. Strong, Ignacio is strong, 3 points for a shoulder neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to keep track of my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Agile. Nobody's agile, so if the next card resolves, object. Nobody brought any objects in here, so once the next move resolves, we will be getting somebody new into the match. Nobody's helped, so the favored wrestler is going to pick up 3 points. Or going to pick up 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. As Ignacio throws TMI out of the ring, we will get somebody new into the action. That's where we need the D4. Let's see who's joining the action. That is a 3. That'll get Toinette Atlas out into the match. And Toinette Atlas can go out of the ring at 7. 7 for them, for Atlas. Actually, I'm going to move Live Vivacious out of the way. Actually, I'm going to move I'm going to move all of our ladies. I think I'm going to move them down here. Probably should have done this from the beginning, but hey, you get smarter as the show goes on, right? So bear with me while I get this reset. This way I don't confuse myself. The pods are around the corner. I think that's what I was going for here, but it's just not going to work. Okay, where were we? So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so that's our first. So next 10 from here. Mean, everybody's mean. So we'll use black for Ignacio, white for TMI, yellow for Atlas. That will be Atlas who gets the move. So she's going to... Actually, I don't think it matters who she hits, but we'll say dot on TMI. 2 points for a stump puller, and that'll be on TMI. So Atlas getting on the board with 2 points. Favorite. Nobody's the favorite here. Helped. Nobody's helped. Highlight reel. Dot for A. We're going to highlight reel A. 11. Going to highlight reel D. 52 says Celebrity 1 distracts wrestler. Opponent gets in cheap shot. So who's going to score 2 points? Dot for TMI. TMI will score the 2 points. And we're back outside the ring again. And I actually had some house rules for the elimination chamber as well. So every 10 moves, every 10 cards, yada yada yada, outside the ring. 1 to 2 replace the move with the slam into the chamber for die damage. 3 to 4 normal move, plus 1 damage for the steel floor. 5 to 6 back into the ring to execute the move. Grudge, nothing happening there. Test of strength, we have 2 wrestlers who are strong and powerful, so that'll be Ignacio and Atlas. We'll say for this exchange, Ignacio is the face. So Atlas will score a point. Atlas will score again. Atlas again. Atlas again. Wow, Atlas having a real good test of strength here. And now Ignacio will get on the board. Ref will break the hold. Let me check my count of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nobody's a favorite. Anybody quick? Ignacio's quick, and she's the only one. So 2 points for... 2 points for a flying leg lariat. Strong. Ignacio and Atlas are both strong. Atlas will get the move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to use the black die to determine if she's doing the move like normal outside the ring. Actually, 1 to 2. What did we say? 1 to 2, slamming into the chamber for die damage. 3 to 4, normal move plus 1 for the steel floor. 5 to 6, back into the ring. So black die to determine the result of that. 5 back into the ring. So she'll score 1 point with a side headlock. And actually, we're right back outside the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So after the next move resolves, grudge grade trailing wrestler. In this case, that'll either be Atlas or TMI. That'll be Atlas. So she'll score 2 points for... Actually, we're back outside the ring again. So black for the result. 5 are going back in the ring. So 2 points for a side slam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we're getting somebody new into the match. That's a 2. That'll let Joni Nakamura into the ring. Oh, I put her on this side. And then she can get us out of the ring at 6. Okay, so now we've got 4 wrestlers to check on. Powerful. Nakamura's powerful, as is Atlas. Nakamura just came in, so she will... Oh, I see what I did here. So Nakamura will actually get the move. She's going to score 3 points for a press power slam. 1, 2, 3. So that's card 1. Smart. Ignacio's smart. TMI's smart, but she's on a square, so she can't use it. Nakamura is also smart, but she's on a circle as well, so she can't use it. So Ignacio, we haven't gone outside the ring, is going to score 2 points for a slingshot clothesline. She's got a possible finisher. Let's see who she's aiming at. 1 to 2 Nakamura, 3 to 4 Atlas, 5 to 6 TMI. She is aiming at Nakamura with the crowd pleaser. It's a leg twist. 11 to 33, she gets it. And she does not. Ignacio misses her finish. Favorite. Nakamura is a favorite, so she's going to score black damage for white move. Actually, we should be there. 6 damage for a cradle neckbreaker. Let's see who she was aiming at. She was aiming at Ignacio with that, so they're outside the ring. We'll use the out of the ring action here. So that's not Ignacio. Ref sends the action back into the ring, but no out of the ring points have been scored yet. An 8 leading wrestler pummels the opponent on the table for 2 points. We'll say Nakamura is in control. Actually, that doesn't make sense, so we'll slam her into the chamber instead for 3 points. A 10, leading wrestler smashes opponent with a steel chair. That'll be into the plexiglass for 2 points because we're using the chamber. And a 5, leading wrestler bashes the opponent again into the side of the chamber. So Nakamura now with a chance to land her Doujinshi Ho, backbreaker and pose with a fan, 11 to 53. This is on Ignacio, and she will land it. Will anybody break up the pin? Dot says yes. Although I don't know why you probably won't want to break up the pin in a match like this. So that's Ignacio, 1, 2, 3. Lupe Ignacio has been eliminated. So she is out of this match. So now we've got Nakamura and TMI. We've got Nakamura, TMI, and Atlas still in the match. Cheat. Nobody's a cheater, so we'll move on. Powerful. Nakamura is powerful, as is Atlas. And we'll give the move to Atlas in this case. Atlas is aiming at TMI with this. She is. So that'll be 2 points for a double axe handle smash. 2 points for Atlas. Agile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nakamura is agile. She can use it because she's on a square space. She's aiming at TMI. She's aiming at Atlas. 3 points for a top rope splash. 1, 2, 3. And she's going to try a pin here. Atlas is a B grade, 11 to 26. 1, 2, 3. Toinette Atlas has been eliminated. Wow. So Toinette Atlas now out of the match. And we still have 2 wrestlers left to introduce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heavy. Nobody's heavy, so that's 7. Quick. Nakamura is quick. She can use it. 2 points for a throat strike. She's not going to go for a pin after that. Heavy. TMI is heavy. 2 points for a belly-to-belly pile driver. Sounds like almost a tombstone. Let me check how many moves we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So next move will send somebody new into the match. Smart. They're both smart. Nakamura's on a square space, though, so she can use it. 2 points for a Thez press, and she's going to try her finish again. And 11 to 53, she will land it. And she will. 1, 2, 3. TMI has been eliminated. Joni Nakamura turning into a one-woman wrecking crew in this match. But time is already ticking down. So let's see. Time's already ticking down, so let's see who's going to join the match. That's a 4. That'll bring out Ann Banningham. And we can go out of the ring on 7. Joni Nakamura has been dominant in this match. She's responsible for all 3 eliminations so far. Nobody's helped. The Vivacious is still locked away in her pod. Cheat. Banningham is on a square, so she can't use it. And Nakamura doesn't have a cheat. Signature. Nobody scored, so Nakamura will pick up another. Actually, Nakamura goes back here. So she will pick up 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Favorite, that is Nakamura. She'll pick up 2 points for an elbow smash clothesline. And Nakamura is going to try her finisher again. Wow. Nakamura has been dominant. And she will hit it. 1, 2, 3. And Banningham has been eliminated. Which only leaves us 1. That'll bring out Liv Vivacious. We're going to stick with that role. I'm not sure I like the idea of going back to... That is one actually, we'll talk about that when that when this match is over, because this will be the last This is our main event of the evening. So now we're in it. So cheat. Nobody's a cheat. Nobody's cheat. Helped. Nope. So Nakamura will pick up 2 points. Favorite. They're both favorites. That'll go to Vivacious as she's the trailing wrestler. Black damage for white move. 6 damage either way. 4 of face driver in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Favorite again. Vivacious still the trailing wrestler. 3 points for a headbutt. 1, 2, 3, and we're out of the ring. Grudge, nobody there. Cheat, nobody cheat. Agile, Nakamura is agile. She's on a square space, so she can, actually we're using out of the ring. 6, leading wrestler smacks opponent into the side of the ring. Actually, that's going to be slamming into the side of the chamber for 2 points. 5, leading wrestler back into one of the mini chambers. Nakamura looking for her finish yet again. Is she going to run the table and get all 5 eliminations tonight? 1, 2, 3. There's the bell. Your winner in a clean sweep, eliminating everybody, Joni Nakamura. All right. Over to who won. Over to the post-match. Going to highlight reel X. Something wrong when no one cheats in a wrestling match. Well, Philip, the thing is, with the stipulations I was using tonight, they're predominantly no disqualification stipulations. I think the only matches that even had disqualifications were the tag team match and the tornado tag team match. The other 4 were all no disqualification stipulations, so there wasn't really any cheating involved there. So we're going to highlight reel X for 65. Celebrity 2 fawns over winning wrestler. Reduce the wrestler's grudge grade by 1 point. And yes, that was domination, and that's part of what I wanted to kick around here. So that'll do it for tonight's show. Like I said, if I actually do a real wrestling federation, you won't see this many stipulation matches. But I am going to have to do something a little bit different with the elimination chamber. Because what I was doing for the time being was I was going back to the yellow space. Let me bring the board in now that we're done, now that the show's over. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because you're probably looking at me like I've lost my mind. But as you can see on the board, once you get to your finisher, if you miss your finisher, you go back to this space. I've been doing the same thing when you hit the finisher, but the problem is, I'm not sure I like doing it that way. I feel like you want to go, I feel like after you, in an elimination match like this, and that'll be for another stipulation that I was going to stress test, I feel like what I probably want to do here is go back here, then roll a d6, and go back further. So in this case, if this was still Nakamura, who just hit her move, who just hit her finish, she would go back there, and then go back another 6 besides that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I just didn't really like how she'd go back there and then immediately be ready to hit her finish again. So definitely some stress testing going on here. And that's why I haven't launched this federation yet on a full basis. We're still very much in stress testing stages. But this was definitely another very good test, and yeah, that was a dominating performance by Miss Joni Nakamura. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit, so let's wrap this video up. I'm going to be starting to set up tomorrow morning's playthrough of Manila, The Savage Streets 1945 by Revolution Games as New Game November continues. Speaking of New Game November, Wednesday we'll see that continue as well as we debut another new game, Transformers the Deck Building Game by Renegade Studios. And next week, Mystical Munchies. I'm not sure when it's going to go up, Normally it would go up Saturday, but I'm going to be traveling on Saturday. But we are going to be making the drink out of the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook as we make hot chocolate. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.